welcome back to the Gary Russen program on GJRB online on Spreaker across America on our semi-freestyle edition of the Gary Russen program. Here we're just talking at you wherever you may be, and I hope you're listening to the program. And I had to switch headphones again because it's my pair of headphones, which I fixed a little bit temporarily, fell apart again. Not enough stick to hold it together, so I'm going to have to refasten it and put a lot of duct tape around it like I did the other one. Just plastic. Lovely. Anyway, welcome back to the Gary Russen program on GJRB, and wherever you're listening across America, I'm glad you tuned in, and glad you could be part of the show today. And we have our last half, and we've got some fun stuff, so we're going to hurry it along and just do what we always do here on the program. Just have a blast in doing the Gary Russen program. And, just kind of join in there and talk about all kinds of stuff today. And try to get this program rolling and seeing who's out there who may be interested in joining in the show. And so that's what we're going to do. Just, non-stop talk now for the next 50 minutes. 50 minutes of non-stop talk on the Gary Russen program today here on GJRB Online. We, as Paul Harvey would say, you heard the news, now you're going to hear the rest of the story. So we do no news, straight stuff. We have news at the top of the hour, the first hour, and the second hour we do another newscast. And then usually on our semi-freestyle show and freestyle show, we have total non-stop talk with because this is GJRB's original news talk program, GJRB Online, and the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online, so that you hear now that straight news. Because, I always say, when I'm midway through a show like this, and tell me if I am right, because I believe I am. When, you're midway through a show like this, and, you repeat the stories like maybe 2 or 3 times, it gets old after a while, right? It does. It just, it just gets stale within the third hour. So what I usually do is I usually say, well, if this news is getting old, it's time to just say that's the last newscast. We're just going to do straight talk radio. Okay, so that's what we're doing this last hour. The last hour here. Well, we got more. We got time here. We got 50 minutes of nonstop talk here on GJRB Online. After this ends, and a few more minutes into that next part, and then we take a promo break, and then we finish up the show. But with the last part, and of course we're going to be doing the show again on Friday afternoon. As Way Out There. Okay, so we're going to be back on Friday with Way Out There, the strange, the bizarre, the unusual, and a story about this guy that he's a remote viewer, Major Ed Daines. And some of his predictions are real interesting, and we're going to do a show on that. I'm going to play a little bit of the interview, portions of an interview from Coast to Coast with George Norrie, which he interviewed Ed Daines, and his dire predictions and what he sees in remote viewing. So we're going to talk about that coming up. And other things coming up on the show, so stay with me on Friday, right after the last 7 days. Now, this last 7 days, speaking of which, I did not go today. Usually I do go, and I have, but this month's funds for breakfast, which is a man's meeting breakfast, is what it is. And where funds for this week were kind of low, so I avoided this one, kind of skipped this one this week. But I'll be back next week with a new one. But I do have a fresh show that have been on my cell phone for a while on the recording section, and I haven't aired it yet. So I have it on a VCR tape, recorded, dubbed it yesterday, and we'll run that on Friday afternoon at 12 o'clock noon Central here on GJRB Online. The last 7 days. Now, it's going to sound tinny. It's going to sound kind of like, you can tell it's from a little machine, a little cell phone recorded off of. The quality isn't going to be the best, but it's going to sound like it's broadcast through a phone, but it's a real good one, and you're going to want to listen to this. The last 7 days, and I can't remember exactly, I don't have the date on it, per se. Don't have the date on it. So that's just going to be a surprise show. It's just a show that it's a spare one, and I keep some spare shows on hand like that in case I do not go to the last 7 days like I did today, and I have a show at least to play. So I set aside one and kept it for emergencies, like canceling this show, or canceling the fact I did not go to the last 7 days this week. So I had that one reserved, so that we had it. So yeah. All right. Tell you what we're going to do right now, though. We're going to go ahead and do a thing I would like to do. Before I do that, I want to do this reminder again for you that you can be part of the show. Just give me a call right now. Area code 563-613-4260. If you want to get on the Gary Russen program, the call earlier. You see that? What was that? Thank you for calling. Okay, so unfortunately that's what it was, but let's see what we can do this hour in getting some audience. So if you want to be part of the show, you can do that. And what I'm doing too now to get some replies and some responses and some feedback is I feel that I'm doing this show, but I'm not, and I'm kind of listening to the show back. I usually do that to check to see how it sounds, but not only that, see how I'm doing. Usually what I do sometimes is that I feel that maybe I got followers on here, right, on Spreaker. And I try to listen to my followers' programs. I try to catch a lot of the programs from my followers and leave opinions and maybe perhaps invite them to call here or try to invite them to leave me messages on here. I mean, I look how many people, I've had 2 people send me messages. We had one on Saturday, and I'm thinking, there's a reason for that. If I can get my followers to listen to this program, the people that follow me on Spreaker, to tune into this broadcast and be able to get some followers. I have 82 of them. 82, and I can at least try and contact at least 2 or 3 of them that listen to the program. Or maybe we can get some people to listen to the program. But I feel maybe if I were to do that, maybe if I communicate with some of my other people on here that broadcast, maybe we can connect and have a better talk show. So I think that that's something that I'm going to do from time to time. Not just listen to this show back, which I do, but also to try to see if I can contact other people who may be listening to the show too. Who may be, maybe listening to the show, but maybe people who are, who I have on here, but I don't listen to. So we have somebody here. Boss Lady Ivy, listening. Thank you. How you doing, Boss Lady Ivy? Welcome to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America. We're talking a lot about some news. So whatever news you might have, whatever you were talking about. I was talking about Scott Baio, who stated the loss of Aaron Moran was a real sad, tragic loss. And he had stated on a New York radio station that she had died of a heroin overdose when she died of cancer. That was found out later. And you want to talk about that. And she says she's doing good, and I'm glad to hear that. Let's see, we can try this. Yeah, well, I'm going to try. Let's try that. Where are you from? Okay, let's see what we got here. While we're doing that, overcast skies here in Clinton, Iowa. 52 degrees. It started today. It was like 55, I think 56 degrees, like around 12 o'clock. And then it is now 3:49 p.m. in the Central Time Zone here in Clinton, Iowa, 4 o'clock east. And 4 o'clock east. And it's cold outside. It dropped 3, 4, 5 degrees since then, like now 52. Okay, Boss Lady Ivy says, while I was listening to what you said about getting your followers to call in and participate, and I get the same problem. And she's from Oregon. Okay, Oregon, that's a pretty state. Giving your, I think I have mentioned your weather a few times. I do a thing called Weather on the Fives at 25 and 55 minutes past the hour. Now, Boss Lady, what it is I am a graduate. I graduated from a school in Moline, Illinois. Now, if you're not familiar with the Quad Cities, that's where I'm from. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, good. Getting some responses here. I told her from Clinton, Iowa, which is like about... No, I didn't say 14 miles. I said 41 miles. 41 miles. It's just 41 miles. Okay, sorry about that. Dyslexic, 41 miles from Davenport. Okay, she's from the West Coast all her life. West Coast all my life. And I don't know anything of this area. Yeah, it's on the border of Illinois and Iowa, where just where you got well, actually the Mississippi River borders Illinois and Iowa. So what you have there is you have Davenport and Bettendorf, Iowa, on the west of the Mississippi. And then on the east of the Mississippi, you have Moline and Rock Island on the Illinois side. So that is the Quad Cities. And that is part of Iowa, part of Illinois. So it's in that area. So we're like on the border of the two states. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even from originally here. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is even way across the country from you, Pittsburgh. And so I just grew up here. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I grew up in Pennsylvania. But I had married someone in this area. I lived with my sister who lived in a town called Mokena, which is south suburbs of Chicago. Lived there for about 5 years, and then I moved here years after that, after I got married the first time. And I stayed in Clinton, Iowa, and been here 10 years. Now, I went to a college in Moline where I got an Associate Applied Science degree in broadcasting. I tried to get in radio, almost did a couple of times, but my wife got sick and had diabetes, so I had to take care of her and myself, which I just last year almost was near a heart attack, and I had to let's try to get this out. had a heart attack. I almost had a heart attack. And my doctor saved me from it. So now I have a heart condition and really can't work. So I'm just doing this because I've always wanted to do radio all my life. I'm 56 right now. I was the same age as Aaron Moran, who died here recently. Thank you very much. Aaron Moran, who died, and 56. Here I am, 56. Still young by some people's standards, but I've been through a lot with this, and sometimes I get my days, but I'm doing pretty good. I just have to take care of myself. I had to exercise more often. I had to get cardiac rehab, and as a result, thank you. She shares my passion in radio. I grew up in Pittsburgh, and we had some legendary jocks, and we had a radio station in the days called KQE. They were a top 40 station, and they had showcase windows along Smithfield Street in downtown Pittsburgh. And I would go down there and watch the disc jockey all the time. They would be broadcasting from the window, and I was like, I want to do this. And my influences were Pittsburgh radio disc jockeys and KQV and KDKA, which started radio. KDKA was the first radio station, commercially licensed radio station. And, I'm glad to be from a city that had the first licensed radio station. I am. I'm proud to be from a city that was Pittsburgh, KDKA. And, I'm glad. Thank you so much for that, boss lady. She says, I'm glad I'm doing better, and that we share the passion of radio. That's great. I always wanted to do talk radio. I always thought it'd be kind of fun to take phone calls on the radio like that. It would be great. I still play music. Now, this is GJRB Online, boss lady. In other words, this is a radio station. GJRB Online. I do this program. I do a program based on Coast to Coast AM, if you're familiar with it, George Norrie. I do a show called Way Out There, in which I talk about aliens, UFOs, time travel, the paranormal, prophecy. I'm into Bible prophecy. I'm a Christian. I turned my life to Christ a number of years ago, and I feel that Jesus Christ is the one who died on the cross for us, and he made that sacrifice. And I like to spread the word of the Lord, and I use this also for that. And I play Christian rock. I play. I promote new emerging artists, and I play a lot of really good stuff, and I have various different programs. I just had one Saturday called Radio, Television, and Movie Classics, and that's my nostalgia program. I have a lot of fun with that program. I play I play old commercials, old promos from the days of early television. I have a whole mess of them. I do a retro prime time, and it's fun. I do old time radio. I do a thing called Radioland, and I play old radio plays like The Shadow and Have Gun Will Travel and Gunsmoke. Those are the best old time radio. I love to listen to old time radio. It's fun because you listen to these stories, and I love old-time radio drama, and that's what Radioland is. It's old-time radio drama. I do remember when TV Land used to play old TV shows, and they used to have the old commercials? Well, I do the same thing. And I take the commercials of the old-time radio spots and embed them into my commercial breaks, and I make it sound like you tuned in to old-time radio. You tuned in the past. And it's fabulous. I love doing it. I love old time radio. By the way, what is it? What time is it in Oregon? I think you're in Portland, which I believe is let me see. It's coming up to 4:00 here Central Time. So I think you're headed into 2:00 your time. 2 o'clock? Yeah, 2 o'clock. I believe you're going to be at 2 o'clock in the Pacific. And it is 3 o'clock. It's coming to 4 o'clock here and 5 o'clock Eastern. You're listening to GJRB online on Spreaker across America and around the world. I'm Gary J. Russen, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program. Okay, yeah, it's 1:58. Yeah, okay, you're good? And coming up in this next half hour, we got a station mascot too, a Chihuahua. He's my mascot. His name is Miguel. He's a goofy dog, but sometimes every once in a while, a kitty cat will cross our window and he'll go ballistic. It's just the riot. So yeah, I have a dog as my mascot. What else could you do? Why not? And he just kind of lays under the covers and listens to me, the poor thing. Okay, here's she posts, well, if you ever want to guest, I'll be glad to help you out. Thank you. And hey, Miguel, yeah. And that would be kind of fun. I'd like to have you on the show. We could do some talking about anything. You like sports? I'm a sports fanatic. I am from the Midwest, and of course we're near Chicago, which I am a Cubs fan. You might not like that, but I do like other sports teams. Says, yeah, I have 3 dogs and 2 kids and a husband, and they're my house guests. Okay, that's great. Kind of replying to you. You might not see a reply, but if you're listening to the program, what I do is I read what you say and I answer you on the air. This kind of makes it a little neat. So when you type something, I'll read it and then I'll respond to you on the air. Now, I don't know if you are on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and I'm planning on doing live feeds. And maybe someday, real soon, if you follow me on Facebook, I'll be doing live feeds. And do you do anything with YouTube? I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Google Plus, and I also have a YouTube channel, GJRB TV on YouTube. And then on the 24th of May 24th, close to the Memorial Day weekend, I'm going to do a live video feed of the Gary Russen program. We're going to do Gary Russen program on YouTube. It's going to be a live video feed. We're going to do a video version of this program, not on Spreaker. It's going to be on YouTube. I do a live YouTube stream every once in a while and do this program on YouTube. And it's always a blast because I show you videos, pictures. I have some videos that I need to show you. One that there's a bizarre picture that I had on there a while back that I did a story on Way Out There about. It was in Zambia where there was this strange cloud in the sky. People were scared of it and where it came from. And people scattered. It was like, what was it? And I have some of that. I have a bunch of pictures that I'm going to show you. It's a real good video, so I hope you'll tune in. Oh, you do Skype? I have Skype. As a matter of fact, I don't activate it enough. As a matter of fact, I don't even have it on. I usually try to get it SCAP loaded, but I go through the whole rigmarole before I do this program. If you live in people who live in this neighborhood, just because I love radio so much, I have an FM. You're familiar with those little FM transmitters that plug in an iPod, or in a computer, you can listen to it in the other part of the house. Well, what I have is I use that FM signal for my radio station. I have an FM side of this. It's called GJRB Online FM, which is sometimes it's Talk FM 108, sometimes it's jazz. I do a jazz program too on Saturday nights every so often called The Best of Jazz. I play smooth jazz. That's my favorite. I love smooth jazz, and I like the Great American Songbook. That is like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. I love Dean Martin. I love Frank Sinatra. I like to listen to one of my all-time favorites is Frank Sinatra, and Sammy Davis Jr. and Wayne Newton. One of my favorites. Of course, the reason I like this song, I think, is because I got attracted to it from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Dalka Shane. Love that song. So I didn't do that for a bumper. Dalka Shane. Okay. All right, I'm crazy. Just ignore me if you want to. I mean, I get off on this, though. But, one time I also played with this idea of being a stand-up comic. And I used to like to try to do jokes. But I'm not that funny. I just kind of, once in a while I come up with a good one, but, okay. Anyway, if you want to better messenger for guests and stuff, use FB Video Call or app called Line, and you're the easiest. They don't lag out as much, and, no, it's fine. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to be using that. Because I've got a guest coming up on a future show. He's a Christian artist that I'm going to be getting a hold of for an interview. His name is Samuel Day. He's a Christian artist. I play a lot of Christian rock, especially Christian heavy rock. And he is going to be a guest on my program on a future show. And like I said before, we give I give so that more new artists, more chance. You might have heard our promos. Giving new artists a chance and giving new artists a break on that. That's what I believe on this program. Giving new artists a break, and that's what I do on this program. New emerging artists. I also do a bluegrass show and a whole lot more. You got the Gary Russen program on GJRB. I'm going to take a program break because I think sometimes I need a drink of something because, my throat gets dry. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be right back with more of the Gary Russen program right after this break.
Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website totally devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live
Every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central
on GJRB Online.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online.
Ah, yes, my favorite instrumental Speedy Bubble Bringers of Stingers. 1961. Bumbo Boogie. I love it. Yeah. Like that piano. I love this piece of music. It's just one of my all-time favorites. It sticks out in my mind as a little kid. Great classic. Gary J. Russen with you on GJRB online on Spreaker across America and around the world. Yeah, I love to do. Hey, oh yeah, by the way, boss lady, do that. If you have stuff, use bumper music. I love you. That's why I call it bumper music. It's a radio term for coming out of a break and coming back out of the break even. Well, going into a break kind of like smooths it out. You're coming to the end of a segment. Just kind of like run some music out, and then I usually go into the next one with a commercial break or promos. So kind of like, kind of finish it out, done. And I'll be going off the air here at about 5 o'clock. I usually end the show. I start at 2, go to 5, and most of my shows are 3 hours. But I kind of mix it around a little bit. And like on Friday, I'm going to do a show, like I was saying earlier, we have a men's meeting, which our pastor at our church puts on. By the way, I do other things too, like our church services. You'll see that on there, CCF Church Services, that's Christian Community Fellowship. I broadcast, I record, and then take it on a flash drive back over here, and then I upload it onto Spreaker. And it's our church services from our church, and now our pastor has great messages, and we talk about end-time prophecy, which I get into a lot of that. I'm dealing with a lot of things, talking about what's going on in end times, and I take that back and broadcast it. I bring it back, and at 12 o'clock noon Friday afternoon, Central Time. It's called The Last 7 Days. So that's noon Central, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we have a good program. She's headed out right now, so I want to thank you, Boss Lady, for your responses. And I really had a great time talking to you today. And I hope that we can communicate in the future. Now, you can follow me. I like to listen to your programs, your Spreaker. So follow me, and I will follow your show and listen to your program. So let me know when you go on the air, and we can talk. So let me know what time you go on the air, and we'll check, and we'll make sure that we can jump in and tune in. So thanks again, and it was a pleasure talking to you today on the Gary Russen program on GJRB. Okay, good to see. We're doing 15 minutes of non-stop talk. You know, they do music shows that way, 50 minutes of non-stop music, 7 in a row. Well, I do that too, what I call the 50 minutes of non-stop talk. And I love doing that. It's where we just, it's fun. And we just kind of go on and talk about news and all that good stuff, and we don't take a promo break. just leave it there. We just go straight on through. And that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing right now. We're in the midst of, we're just about done. I got about maybe 10 minutes left of this segment, and then we're going to go to our final part. I'll be getting our program schedule next half hour and stuff, so be aware of that. But we haven't done this yet. Let's see if we have this. Where's that at? Oh, yeah. Scroll through social media. I haven't done that yet, have I? We've been overdue on that. We're also overdue on that weather on the fives. needs to get some temperatures. You know what I'm going to do for Boss Lady is I'm going to give I'm going to give Oregon weather. So I don't know what part of Oregon you're from, so I'm going to give weather somewhere. So you just kind of like leave it at that. Okay. And this gets repeated. I call it Best of the Gary Russen program. I'll probably be doing this. This is probably going to be on there. The next edition of the Best of the Gary Russen program, this will be repeated. I'll play it again. Because I do that. The Best of the Gary Russen program. I go back and pick some of the best moments of the show and replay it and talk about it. It's another part of the show called the Best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB online here on Spreaker. And so we do it. Okay, so here we go. It's time for that. We haven't done Facebook yet, so we haven't done the social media, so it's time for that. It's time for...
now, let's scroll through social media.
All right, let's do it right now. Scroll through social media. Alrighty then. Let's see what we've got. We're going to go to Facebook first. Well, I usually do that first. Usually do the scroll through social media first, and then I go into Twitter and Google Plus, which usually nothing happens on those sites. I don't know why. They just, site's kind of like dead, but let's go through. Let's find out what we got here. Let's down the line here. Got a lot of people on today. Say hi to some folks like David Kaboic, Raymond Leach. Hi, Ray. How you doing today, man? Stephen Mucha. He's on today. Hi, Stephen. My mother-in-law, Joanne. Welcome to the show. Destiny Davis, Kim Norm, DJ. How you doing? Is it Shiper? Yeah, I think so. Steve Cruz. People on today. Jenny Bear. Thank you. What is that? Greg Montague. Hi, Greg. We used to work together at the Iron Gate Inn a long time ago. We were working at the restaurant. And we always used to talk politics and stuff. So we always had a blast, too. It was always a good time talking. Yeah, we had to do that again. You had to call my show. Seriously, Greg, you had to call. We could talk sometime. Area code 563-613-4260 in the tail end of our program today. We're going to be taking a program break here in a few minutes. Here on the Gary Russen program, we did miss a call. Oh, lovely. Got busy with other stuff here and doing promos and that and missed a call. So, well, I know why. Because my phone wasn't on the audio portion. The ringer was not turned on. Let's see if we can turn on that ringer. I'm going to go over to that and see if we can flip the ringer on. Oh, here we go. We got another call in the line here, and let's do it. Hello, you're on the Gary Russen program. Hello. Huh?
I'm looking for Gary Russen.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here.
Are you out of warranty yet?
Huh?
Are you out of warranty yet?
Am I out of warranty? No, I don't think so. If I was out of warranty, I'd be worried.
Your warranty is run out, dear.
Oh, lovely. So's my time almost here, for this part anyway. Lovely.
Well,
huh?
Shazam.
Yeah, lovely. Shazam. Yeah, terrific.
Well, anyway, what do you call a nervous cow?
What do I call a what cow?
A nervous cow.
Well, no, what do you call a nervous cow?
Beef jerky.
Oh, lovely. You know, and I don't have my drum roll. I have a drum roll, but I can't find it. I had it on here once.
You used to have a drum roll.
Boom. Huh?
You used to have a drum roll right on your tummy, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, and at the end of my cardiac, I was 210, but it dropped to 202.
Oh, wow.
202.
Can you add?
Huh?
What's 2 and 2?
202.
No.
Hello?
1 and 2.
4.
No.
Okay.
What is 2 and 2?
I don't know what you're saying, dear.
2 and 2 is 22.
Oh, okay.
You put the 2 and 2 together, you get 22.
Oh, okay.
I've got to quit my day job.
Yeah, I don't know. Should you?
Maybe.
Lovely.
What do you know about your wife?
A lot.
Does she snore?
I don't know. I can hear you sleep sometimes.
Yeah, I remember one time I was talking in my sleep and I said, there are strange french fries that need to be eaten. And you go, what?
No, wait a minute. I thought that was me. Wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I thought it was me you said. I said that.
Yeah, you're right. There are some french fries that need to be eaten. That's right.
Well, somehow, till this day, I don't understand why I said that, because I don't even know what I was dreaming about.
What was that?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
What?
I gotta hang up.
Why? Phone dang?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Lovely.
I'll hang up.
Well, thanks for calling again. Yeah. So, if Boss Lady's still listening, yeah, every once in a while, my wife will call the program, and it's kind of fun there. Breaking news, military news. This comes out of End Time Headlines at around 4:20 Central Time. Military preparations underway on North Korea. We're going to have to take a look at that here in a few minutes. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB online on Spreaker on a semi-freestyle middle of the week Gary Russen program, where we just lay it on the line and have a lot of fun like we're doing today. And when time flies when you're having fun, because we're running close to the end of this segment. So we're going to, as soon as this wraps up, I'm going to flip it over and go back on. And then we're going to take a promo break, and we're going to close out this show in this last half hour of the Gary Russen program. And we'll give you our program schedule for the next few days. As I mentioned earlier, there is no more Saturday programming here on GJRB. No more Saturday programming, but we will be on the air again Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock Central, for Way Out There. The strange, the bizarre, the unusual, the things that go bump in the night. Oh, never mind. Anyway, we got some strange program to talk about. We got some different stories. A woman who claims to be a mermaid, and a story about, let's see, what was that one I had? A story about a guy who claims that he was abducted by aliens and he saw the future. Kind of a bizarre thing. And there's a twist to this. And I go to the Bible and I see what God says about this. So that's coming up on Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock Central, semi-freestyle. That'll be our Freestyle Friday edition, no holds barred, non-stop talk. So you're going to want to check out that program here on GJRB Online.